there was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable reviewers so that when Endgame arrived, they could protect YouTube like nobody else could, yada yada. Hey, this is Zach from Zach and Jack Productions, and I'm apparently contributing to the One Marvelous Scene YouTube crossover. And yes, I know I'm about a month late to this party, but hey, better late than never, am I right? Anyway, you all know the gist of how it was started. Go see Nando V Movies if you don't. So I'm just going to get right into this. Oh, and to make sure you all take this video seriously, I've brought my father to read off the script. Maybe you viewers at home will take an adult's voice more seriously. Say hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
Thank you.
Now, you've read the title, so you know I'm covering Ant-Man and the Wasp. An odd film to pick, I know. Not many people like this one. I don't even like this movie as a whole that much. I can't think of anybody who hates it, but it's not loved. It's always overlooked in the grand scheme of the universe. The most uninteresting of Phase 3. But yet, Ant-Man has always been one of my favorite heroes in the MCU for reasons I'll get into later. It's a real shame he's never had a fantastic movie. Now let me take you through my process of selecting the scene from this movie I picked. I saw the Marvelous Scene playlist. I said, looks interesting. Wish I was big and famous and could add to that list. But I'm just a dumb kid, and nobody wants to listen to a child rant about a Marvel film for 7 minutes. But maybe people will listen to an adult rant about a Marvel film for 7 minutes. So I got to work. There are many scenes and movies I could draw from. To help me pick, I made a ranking of the MCU films. Then I slowly went through them, looking for the one that had a scene that hadn't been taken yet. Unfortunately, every film in my top 15 had already been picked to death by the playlist. There was nothing more I could add, so I looked further into the franchise. Eventually, I gave up. I sat down and watched some Netflix while eating Pop-Tarts, a traditional middle schooler's routine. I turned on Ant-Man and the Wasp because I'd already seen every other Netflix Marvel film a million times. I didn't expect much because the movie wasn't all that special. I didn't even remember the plot of the film. But then, as I watched, I started to enjoy myself. It was nothing spectacular overall, but there were so many amazing scenes in it. There was the introduction of Ghost, that unconventional yet fun climax, the reunion with Hope Van Dyne, Scott's talk with his daughter, and of course, the 2 post-credit scenes, which seemed to be the main takeaway of the film for many. All these phased out of my mind, but one stuck, the most action-packed, tension-filled comic scene of the movie.
Anton, which way do we go?
I know what you're thinking. That scene was fun, but how is it marvelous? All it is a cute opener. Well, that was all it needed to be, and it captured the character's emotions very well. First of all, brief recap of the scene for those of you who completely forgot this movie existed, like me. Scott Lang has custody of his 9-year-old daughter Cassie for the weekend, but he's under house arrest. He has to find a creative way to entertain her for the day without leaving his house. So he puts together a tunnel made of cardboard and office supplies, which takes her through the supposed experience of being shrunken like Ant-Man. This path contained amazing defenses,
The secret vault. Tell me you brought the contact lens.
Yep.
scorching lasers,
Oh, I think I got lased.
and amazing death traps, all to entertain his daughter. Now you have to put yourself in the character's shoes there. Look at what he built. While it isn't exactly an iron suit built in a cave with a box of scraps, it is impressive. You have to remember, they did it while not being able to leave his house. The dedication he put into the project is astounding and very fun to watch play out. As well as that, the scene is just hilarious.
Let's stop before the Pom-Pom come back.
How do you even know that?
But this alone is not marvelous. This is fun, cute, but not quite spectacular, you say. Well, here's where we get to the real brunt of the scene, the heart, what makes it tick and appeal to me so much, why I love Ant-Man as a character, even though he's never had a particularly good movie. He's the world's greatest grandma.
Makes me want to knit you a sweater.
Now, for one, that's just funny. I don't need a reason to like that, but it shows what sets Ant-Man apart from other Marvel heroes, at least until Endgame came out. His family. Scott Lang's family issues are always the most interesting part of his films, at least to me. Ant-Man and the Wasp was heart-pounding, not because of whatever plot was going on, but because of Scott's family. Throughout the whole film, there's a ticking clock behind it. If this adventure doesn't go fast enough, Scott will be found deserting his house arrest and never be a real part of Cassie's life. He works so hard to protect and be there for his family, even if all he gets in return for it is being world's best grandma. While most people would toss such a gift in the trash, Scott cherishes it, loves it in every way, even setting it up as the MacGuffin of his little staged adventure. I feel this parallels his love for his daughter. Her well-meaning gift was the treasure of the adventure, as she is the treasure of the story. Also, did I mention the comedy of the scene? The scene is funny.
Anton, which way do we go?
He wants to make his family happy. He wants to make Cassie happy. And he doesn't care if all he gets from it is a tiny trophy. That's why I find this scene so amazing. It may not be truly epic like some, or the conclusion to years of character work like some, but it is adorable, it's heroic, it's marvelous. And that's why this is one marvelous scene.
Hey, it's Normal Voice Zach again. Sorry the channel's been dormant for so long. And I came back with this weird nugget of a video. And don't worry, the dad voice will not become a recurring thing. I just had to do it this time, and this time alone, to get in with the big guns. I don't expect many people to see this video, but if you do, welcome to the channel. Glad to see that you're here. Or maybe check out some of my other videos while you're at it. I plan to make these video essays a common thing. I loved making this one so much. Or maybe, if you don't want to check out the rest of this weird kid's work, understandable, check out the rest of the One Marvelous Scene playlist, link in the description. With all that being said, I have to go back to not making part 3 of the Sonic Countdown. I am never going to complete that. Later, guys.